Welcome back in, everyone. Well, if you have flown recently at the South Bend International Airport, maybe you've seen them collecting bears. Over the last few weeks, they have been collecting them, and now is the time to bring them to children in our community. So joining us now is Mike Daigle, the CEO of South Bend International Airport, and we have Jen Tonkovich with Beacon. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy days to be here.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. This is a wonderful tradition that you guys continue every holiday season. Mike, we'll start with you. Bears in the air. What a great name. Let's go back to the beginning. When did this tradition begin in our community?
So in our community, we started in 2012, but the original Bears in the Air was in 1997.
Wow.
And it was a thought and a concept that my wife and I were working on to give back to the community and make where we live a better place.
Wonderful.
And so we end up with, I was working at an airport there too, and it's like, how do we do this and helping children in local area hospitals? And so when I came to South Bend in 2012, that was one of the things we talked with the board of directors, and they were all on board and saying, yes, let's do this. And then we reached out to Beacon and said, how does this work? And went through all the details to be able to do this today.
I love that. Approximately, it doesn't have to be exact. Do you know how many bears you've collected this season?
So we're going to donate to 5 local area hospitals over 2,600 bears this year, which will take our total to over 25,000 bears to children.
Over the course of this tradition.
Over the 14 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's truly amazing.
That's wonderful. Yesterday we've got some pictures. You had one of your distributions happen. Mike, talk to us about the joy that this brings people in the hospital when you come and show up with the bears.
So the stories that we have heard from professional nursing staff and physicians of how it helps those children who are in the hospital. It's never good to be in the hospital, but over the holiday season, I think is even more stressful, not just for the children, but for the families. And so for the families to see that someone cares. You know, we have lots of donors who have helped us continue to do this over the years and years. And if it wasn't for their generosity and the South Bend International Airport team putting together so many countless details. I mean, we started working on this in August.
Wow.
To get this all put together. So it's truly amazing, and the comments from staff are unbelievable.
That's wonderful. Jen can speak to this too. You're the Director of Women and Children's Services at Beacon, so you see firsthand that impact Mike was just referring to. Talk to us about how you've seen this play out in the hospitals.
Well, as Mike said, nobody wants to be in the hospital, especially over Christmas, and we utilize the bears to bring comfort to the kids that are in the hospital and a little smile on their face. We try to have something on the bed of every patient as they're admitted to the hospital, and we use them in some of our outpatient areas like the emergency room also. It's scary for kids to be in an environment where they don't know people. They're having tests and procedures done to them that are sometimes painful. And so when you can break the ice, bring a stuffed animal in, a bear, that's something that brings comfort to any child. And so it's an icebreaker. It allows the staff to establish rapport with the patients. And again, just bring some of that joy to them in an otherwise scary situation. It really does make a difference and help them feel like they're in a safe place.
That's huge. And to recognize these are kids, like you said, they're kids. And man, I did work in a children's hospital in my internship in college, and we delivered gifts to the children's rooms, and you can see their eyes light up. It's a really special thing. So I'm so glad that this is happening here in our community, and just such an amazing contribution from the community to get these thousands of bears collected, because you had the boxes at the airport, right, that travelers could bring them to over the last few weeks.
We do that too, but one of the things that we did over the last several years is we actually go out and negotiate purchases for many of these. And so the financial donations allow us to go even farther than buying one and just bringing it in too. So that's been truly, truly amazing over the years to grow the numbers so we can do that. But the financial contributions, which we're still taking because we're still going to do part of this effort, is to also help the Robert L. Miller Senior Veterans Center and help our veterans get back on their feet. And so they can go to givegrove.com, Bears in the Air 2025, and still make donations that will help our community be a better place.
Fantastic. We will have that link for you on our website. Mike and Jen, thank you so much for your time. Happy holidays. Keep spreading that joy, because it's important.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this.